30-second overview. You can select any database out of this section. There are 22,000 different databases, and I will drop a link in here. You are able to combine these together, and when you combine them together, you create what we call a brick. A brick is one of these fellas right here, and for $4.99, you get to build one of these bricks for yourself. So one of these bricks for health insurance, for instance, if we go look up the health insurance keyword, the user who paid for that brick provided us any combination of these specific insurance keywords. I don't remember exactly what they did, but they would have had the option to say, Brian, can you get a database of people looking for Medicaid or Medicare? And can you also put together within the same database people looking for State Farm? And additionally, can you put in people looking for United Healthcare? All three of those combined makes one unique brick for that particular user, and you are able to customize however you want this to be put together. So step one, you would log in, create an account, and when you log in, you would go over to custom databases. This is where you'll find the database we made just for you, and you would be able to navigate around. So I'm going to go do the newer one I just did, which is PPO. So within this database here, I want to make sure that I'm only targeting people in the state of Florida because that's where the user's licensed. And I also want to make sure that I'm targeting people who are between the ages of 45 and 54 because they're paying for more expensive health insurance. And what I have found is, we'll flip them to married. So now when we find a list, we have 2,492 people in Florida that are married and that are between the ages of 45, 54 that were looking at websites that sell this service. So they are in this database because they were looking for a service that offered that particular plan that we see on this brick right here. The way that we determine interest, quote unquote, or intent is through this ID right here. So let's forget all the words intent, interest, verified, all those markety, gimmicky words that, have complicated the industry to a high degree. The real reason why these are considered intent or interest or in the market leads is because this ID was on various websites. For instance, this ID may have been on the United Healthcare website. And the way that this database was built is people who are looking for services, medical, dental, vision, wellness, plan for comprehensive coverage, network of healthcare providers, sub-providers. So you can go through all these, there's 22,000 of them, and really narrow in, like for instance, health savings account. So people who are actually looking for ways to save on healthcare costs, tax advantages, future medical needs. So any of these can be combined and customized just for you. When you actually find the list you want, so we found the 2,492 right here, we can go off at buy save list and we can select the quantity we want. So I'm going to go select 1,000 and I'll name it Florida Insurance, married, 45 to 50. So you'll see that you can select the limit. I put 1,000. Everyone's limit's a little different. This one's 1,500. The standard size is 1,000, but you can download unlimited. You can go off, for instance, and hit buy list. And then you could go off once again. We'll name this list 2. We'll put another 1,000 in. I'll put 1,500 actually. I want to show some math how this works. And then you have the ability to have it automate sending it to you daily, weekly, monthly, however you would like to do that. And it instantly gets emailed to you. And also we'll see the leads that were saved are within these 2 sections here. So you'll see we typed 1,000, it went down to $9.99. That is because it found 2 of the shade 256 in the same file. So in other words, it removed the same thing with the PPO interest right above. I typed in the number 1,500 and it automatically defaulted it back down to the actual amount. Now, anything that you buy, you can always re-access. We're basically a cloud storage where anything you buy, we save it for you forever. So if you realize you want to go back to May 21st, you can click the email button and then select which actual columns you want to have resent to you. And everything that we just showed you is $4.99 a month. It is unlimited.